I'm Giovanni Gallucci for Xtrain.com, and we're talking social media and how you can utilize it in your online marketing applications. Now, we're talking about video and images right now. Specifically in this chapter, we're going to do a little bit of roaming around some photo sharing sites, and I want to give you some tips and clues on how you can actually even use photo sharing sites with guerrilla marketing online and with social media marketing. A couple of other situations I want to talk about briefly outside of specific photo sharing websites are the ways a couple of companies have been able to go in and actually utilize photo sharing websites to their benefit. One, Nikon, actually had a contest where they went out and they gave out Nikon cameras. When they had a new model come out, they gave it out to professional and amateur photographers and asked them to take pictures and post the pictures up on photo sharing sites and to tag them with a certain tag so that you go and do a search and see the photography as a direct example of how their product performed in the hands of professionals and in the hands of semi-pros and amateurs. And it was very interesting to see the content and the photography that came out. I mean, beautiful photography came out of the contest. And for essentially what was the cost to Nikon of, giving away, maybe a couple of hundred cameras, they got, probably tenfold return in branding, because all the photography magazines, all the photography websites were talking about the cool contest, talking about how Nikon came out and gave away these cameras, and it was great exposure for the company. Another idea that you might have is, say that you've got an icon for your company that's very well branded that people recognize, like Travelocity and the Roaming Gnome. You could go out and have a contest where people go and take a yard gnome and take pictures of it all over the world. And so you're tying in the fact that Travelocity is a website that people will, go to book trips on vacation and business, and then you've got this fun contest going on where people are going out with these gnomes and taking pictures of them in Yellowstone and London, at the Eiffel Tower in Japan, in all their travel locations, and you take that photography and then you use that in your other media. You can use it in print advertising, you can use it in other online advertising spaces, and tell people that, hey, again, take your pictures. The best Roaming Gnome picture that is either voted on by the community or that we select wins, a round trip ticket somewhere. Again, very low cost for the company. You can go and generate a lot of buzz within the industry with the contest. You also engage and make it fun for the consumer. And during the process of the contest, if you have people submitting photos to a website you've built, then you can collect personal information about them, demographic, email, addresses, phone numbers, and it's very rich content that you can use in other marketing efforts. So that was intended to be pretty brief. Actually, I was able to talk a little bit longer than I expected to on the subject because I utilize this a lot, and it turns out to be, like I said, a needle in the haystack when it comes to finding gems in online marketing. There's not a whole lot to the execution here, but considering all the other stuff we're talking about, what I found with using photo sharing sites is that typically for the effort that it takes to get into photo sharing sites and using them for, again, brand extension and linking and things of that nature, traffic generation and for contests, the effort getting into it is very low and the return can be very high for you. So get out there, play around with a couple of photo sharing sites. I would obviously recommend that you get onto Flickr or Yahoo Photos or WebShots or one of the other top ones because you want to get where all the traffic is. And also make sure that you get into a sharing site where they allow you to add contents that have hyperlinks, that have HTML in them, and that they allow you to tag your photography with specific keywords so that you can drive specific people to those pictures in order to generate traffic and interest. So get out there, have fun, experiment a little bit. Come back during the next chapter and we're going to hop back on video and talk more about how to utilize different forms of video on the web with your online marketing strategies.